ሰላም ተማሪዎች እንዴት ናችሁ? እሸቱ ነኝ የ11ኛ ክፍል የሂሳብ መምህር ከሉሲ ብሪጅ አካዳሚ። ኦኬ ዛሬ የምንማረው composition of function ነው። እንደምታስታውሱት in the previous video we have seen types of functions, some types of functions አይተናል። ዛሬ ደግሞ we will see the composition of two functions, especially f and g. okay ከዛ በፊት ግን ልክ እንደ ሁልጊዜው ዌብሳይታችን lucybridgeacademy.com የገባችሁ አጫጭር ኖቶችን ታገኛላችሁ፣ የተለያዩ የጥያቄ ባንኮችን ታገኛላችሁ፣ እንዲሁም ደግሞ ከ5 ቋንቋ በላይ መረዳት የሚችል personalized AI assistance ፕላትፎርም አለን። እሱን መጠቀም አለባችሁ፣ ተጠቀሙበት። ስለዚህ አሁኑኑ ሰብስክራይብ ያደርጋችሁ ጆይን ማድረጋችሁን አትርሱ። እንዲሁም ደግሞ ለሌሎች ተማሪዎች በስፋት እንድንዳረስ የቴሌግራም ቻናላችን ጆይን አድርጉ፣ የዩቲዩብ ቻናላችንም ሰብስክራይብ አድርጉ። ኦኬ good. Now composition function. Okay, composition. The composition of function g with function f is denoted as g circle f. Okay, the composition of g with f. Okay, g circle f. እንደዚህ እንጽፈዋለን of x which is equal to, this means g of f of x ማለት ነው። Okay, g of f of x. This is the composition of g by the composition of the composition of g with a function f. Okay, simply g of f of x or g of f of x ማለት ነው። The domain of g of f of x, or sometimes we call it g circle f, means g of f of x, g circle f, right? The composition of g and f. Okay, the domain of g of f of x is the set of all x in the domain of f such that f of x is in the domain of g. Yeah, that means g is defined in what? In f of x, right? And f of x is defined at x. The function f with respect to x and the function of g with respect to what? F of x. If it is what? G of f of x. Look here. F is a function from x to f of x, and g is a function from f of x to g of f of x. Okay, x is the domain of f, yes, and g of x is f of x is the domain of g, yes. Domain of g of f of x is a subset of domain of f, exactly, right? Domain of g gof, okay, gof of x. This is the domain of gof of x is subset of what? Domain of the inner function, which is f of x. Okay, range of gof is a subset of, again, range of g. Okay, f of g of x, which is equal to f of g of x, is f at g of x, yes, f at g of x, and g at what? At x. A number x is the domain of f of g of x if and only if both g of x and f of g of x are defined. Okay, look, that is the main question here. Domain of, በሌላ አገላለጽ domain of f circle g of x is equal to domain of what? Domain of g intersection with domain of f of f circle g. Okay, domain የፎግ እና የጂ ኢንተርሴክሽን ማን ሰጠናል? ዶሜን ኦፍ ፎግን እናገኛለን ማለት ነው። ሶ ይሄ በጣም ቤዚክ ኮንሴፕት ነው። ወደፊት ዶሜን ስንፈልግ የኮምፖዚሽን ፋንክሽኑን ዶሜን ስንፈልግ የኢነር ፋንክሽኑን ዶሜን ያስፈልገናል። እንደገና ደግሞ የኮምፖዚሽኑ ያገኘነው ዶሜን ያስፈልገናል። ሶ ብቻውን በቂ አይደለም። ኦኬ, the domain of fog is not enough domain of f circle g. We need to have the domain of what? The inner function with g, and then take the intersection. Examples እና በጣም ቀላል ይሆናል እናያለን ወደፊት። Let a is equal to abc, b is equal to -1 0 1, and c is equal to 0 1 2 3. Let f is from a to b given by f of x or f, which is equal to a -1 b 0 c 1. Again, G is a function from B to C given by G, which is equal to -1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2. Then find graph and domain of graph. Okay. All right. Let us see graph. G circle F. Okay. Graph of X means, which is equal to G of what? F of X. All right. Now this means ይሄ ማለት X F of X first, take F of what? F of A. F of A is -1. Okay. F of A is -1. G of -1 gives us what? 0. A 0. Okay. Comma. Again, F of B. What is F of B? ላስቀምጥላችሁ ላይ since F is from what? Since F which is equal to A -1, B 0, C1 means A ማለት F of A is equal to -1 ማለት ነው። Okay. F of B ማለት ደግሞ 0 ማለት ነው። And F of C is equal to 1. Okay. F of C is equal to 1 ማለት ነው። Similarly, G of -1 is equal to G of -1 is equal to 0, and G of 0 is equal to 1, and G of 1 is equal to 2. G of 1 is equal to 2. Therefore F of or G of F of X, G of F of A means, which is equal to G of, okay, ይህንን ጥያቄ እዛ ጋር አብረን እንስራው። next page, it's better to see next page. ABC -1, 0, 1. F is a function. Yes, F is a function. A -1, B 0, A -1, B 0, and C1. And G is a function. G is a function -1, 0, 0, 1, -1, 0, 0, 1, and 1, 2. Look, so F of A means F of A is equal to -1. F of B is equal to 0. F of C is equal to 1. And G of -1, 0. G of 0, 1. Here is G of 0, 1. And G of 1. G of 1 is equal to 2. Now we are asked to find G of F of X. We are asked to find the G of F of X, which means G of F of X. Now let me find first G of F of A. Okay. Now G of F of A means, which is equal to G of what is F of A -1. What is G of -1? G of -1 is 0. Okay, 0. This means ይሄ ማለት A 0 is an element of what? G circle F, right? Next, G of F of B, which is equal to G of what is F of B? F of B is 0. Okay, F of B is 0, and G of 0, 1. ይሄ ማለት B, 1 is an element of G circle F. Okay. Next, G of F of C f of c. But what is f of c? F of c is 1. F of c is 1 and g of 1 is 2. This implies c, it is f of c, yes, c comma 2, an element of G circle F. Therefore, G of f of x is equal to the three elements A0, B1, and C2. This is G of f of x. G of f of x. Again, we are also asked to find G circle F. G of f of x in Israel. Yeah. Domain of G of f of x. So domain of G circle F is equal to all x values. Okay. What are they? A, B, and C. Or simply this is A. Okay. Element A ማለት ነው እዚህ ጋር A, B, C, right? So this is domain of G circle F. Good. Next, let f of x is equal to the square root of x minus 2 and g of x is equal to x plus 3. Let me find f of g of x. F of f circle g of x, which is equal to f of g of x, which means a ማለት f of x ምንድነው? the square root of x minus 2 ነው። በx ቦታ ማን እናስገባለን? g of x እናስገባለን ማለት ነው። g of x minus 2 ይሆናል። ይሄ ማለት ይሄ ማለት the square root of what is g of x? g of x is x plus 3 minus 2, which is equal to square root of x plus 1. This is the composition of f and g, or f circle g of x. Okay. Now domain. What is domain of fog? Okay. Domain of g first. Domain of g, which is equal to the set of ordinary number, because g of x plus 3 is a set of ordinary number. Okay, the domain of every linear function is a set of ordinary number. በኤክስ ቦታ የፈለጋችሁትን ቁጥር ማስገባት ትችላላችሁ። f of x g of x is equal to x plus 3 በሚለው ቦታ በኤክስ ቦታ የፈለጋችሁትን ቁጥር ማስገባት ትችላላችሁ። that means the domain is a set of ordinary number. What about domain of f circle g? This one, okay, the domain of this function is x plus 1 must be greater than or equal to 0, which is equal to x must be greater than or equal to minus 1. Okay, and domain of f circle g is equal to domain of g intersection domain of f circle g, which means the set of all real number intersection with x such that x is greater than or equal to minus 1 means from minus 1 to positive infinity. Okay, so intersection with from minus 1 to positive infinity, which is equal to from minus 1 to positive infinity. ብዙ ጊዜ ይሄ የዶሜን ኦፍ ጂ ራሱ ነው መልሶ ዶሜን መሆን የሚችለው፣ ግን አንዳንድ ጊዜ ይሄ የጂን የኢነር ፋንክሽኑን ዶሜን ግምት ውስጥ ማስገባት አለብን። ኦኬ፣ እና ኢንተርሴክሽን መውሰድ አለብን ሁሉ ጊዜ። ዘ ኮምፖዚሽን ፋንክሽን ከሆነ ዶሜን ኦፍ ዘ ኢነር ፋንክሽን our inner function is g of x. Okay, the domain of the inner function intersection with what? The domain of the composition function መሆን አለበት ዶሜናችን። Okay, next let f of x is equal to እዚህ ጋር ቅድም ይሄን ዶሜን ግምት ውስጥ በደንብ ማስገባት አለብን። ያ ችግር የለውም። ዶሜን ኦፍ ኤፍ ኢዝ ኤቢሲ ስለሆነ ኢንተርሴክሽኑ መልሶ ራሱ ነው የሚሆነው ማለት ነው። ኦኬ let f of x is equal to the square root of 4 minus x squared and g of x is equal to x plus 7. What is the domain of f circle g? Okay, now f of x. F of x. F of x means f of x which is equal to the square root of 4 minus x square. Square root of 4 minus x the whole square is in g of x is 4 minus, okay, the square root of not 4 minus x the whole square. You got 4 minus x square, okay, and g of x is equal to 3x plus 7. 3x plus 7. So we are asked to find domain of fog. We are asked to find domain of what? Domain of fog. Okay, we are asked to find domain of fog. So we have to find first fog. F circle g of x, okay, is equal to f of g of x, which is equal to f means the square root of what? This is f 4 minus x squared. By x ቦታ g of x እንተካለን because it is f as a function of g, right? So x must be substituted by g of x. G of x the whole square, which is equal to, this means square root of 4 minus, what is g of x? 3x plus 7 the whole square, which is equal to the square root of 4 minus 9x squared plus 21 times 2, 3 times 7, 21 times 2, 42. 42x plus 49, which is equal to square root of 9x squared minus 9x squared plus minus 42x, 4 minus 49 minus 45. Okay, now this is the composition function. Okay, 9x squared minus 42x minus 45. Okay, shall we divide both sides by 9? Or okay, by 3, 1, 1, 4. All right, good. Anyways, this is f circle g of x. Now we are going to find domain. First I have to find domain of what? Domain of the inner function. What is the inner function? G of x. Okay, that means first let me find domain of what? Domain of g, which is equal to the domain of g of x is the set of all real number, because g of x means 3x plus 7, 3x plus 7, which is the domain of it is a linear function or a degree 1 polynomial function. So the domain of every polynomial function is a set of all real number, right? Domain of every polynomial function is a set of all real number. This is a polynomial function of degree 1, or simply we call it linear function. So its domain is a set of all real number. And what about domain of f circle g? Domain of f circle g is equal to minus 9x squared minus 42x minus 45. What is the domain of the square root function? Look, in the set of real number, a number in the square root must be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, that is the domain of the square root function. This number, this expression, okay, must be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, in order to find the domain. Now, which is equal to, this means, or simply እዛ ጋ ላይ ያለውን መውሰድ እንችላለን። ይሄኛውን ኦኬ ይሄኛው መውሰድ እንችላለን ለአሰራር እንዲመቸን 4 minus 3x plus 7 የሚለውን the whole square አድርገን መውሰድ እንችላለን። ይህ ማለት 3x plus 7 the whole square must be greater than or equal to 4 ይሆናል። ይህ ማለት ደግሞ less than or equal to less than or equal to 4 ይሆናል። ይሄ ማለት the absolute value or the square root of both sides, okay, the square root of both sides, which is equal to 3x plus 7 is less than or equal to plus or minus 2. And the square, take the square root of both sides, okay, 3x plus 7 less than or equal to plus or minus square root of 4 means plus or minus 2. This means sorry, the absolute value, or simply the absolute value of this number, the absolute value of this one, just take the square root of both sides, so this will be less than or equal to 2. Okay, now this means minus 2 less than or equal to 3x plus 7 less than or equal to 2 ማለት ነው። absolute value inequality, right? Okay, now this means, right, ይሄን እዚህ ጋር ላምጣው። domain of G, እዚህ ጋር domain of G, domain of G is equal to the set of all real number ብለናል። now this equation minus 2 less than or equal to 3x plus 7 less than or equal to 2. now subtracting 7 ከሶስቱም ኤክስፕሬሽኖች ላይ 7 ስንቀንስ minus 9 less than or equal to 3x less than or equal to 2 minus 7 is minus 5. okay, now dividing by 3 ሶስቱንም ኤክስፕሬሽኖች በ3 እናካፍላለን። minus 3 less than or equal to 3 by 3 cancel, x less than or equal to minus 5 over 3. so this is domain of what? Domain of f circle G. Domain of f circle G is equal to from minus 3, okay, from minus 3 to minus 5 over 3 in the set of real number intersection with the set of all real number. የኢነር ፋንክሽናችን set of all real number ከሆነ ችግር የለውም። that means ዶሜኑ የፎግን ዶሜን እንወስዳለን። f circle G ዶሜኑ ራሱን ቀጥታ እንወስዳለን። ዶሜናችን ማን ከሆነ g of x፣ ግን የg of x ዶሜን ወይም የኢነር ፋንክሽኑ ዶሜን ከሪል ነምበር ውጭ ከሆነ ከፎግ ዶሜን ጋር ኢንተርሴክት አድርገን የተለየ ኢንተርሴክሽን ልናገኝ እንችላለን። እንመጣበታለን የሱን አይነት ጥያቄ። anyways the answer is from minus 3 to minus 5 over 3. The answer is C. okay, for this question the answer is C, the domain of fog. okay, next, let f of x and g of x is given. What is the domain of f circle G? Same question, right? but I have to find first the domain of G. okay, a domain of G is equal to በስኩዌር ሩት ውስጥ ነው ያለው። that means x minus 1 must be greater than or equal to 0, which is equal to x must be greater than 1 is domain of G. that means ይሄ ማለት በሌላ አገላለጽ from 1 to positive infinity ማለት ነው። this is domain of G. all right, domain of G. now let me find domain of f circle G. first I have to find f circle G of x. this means f of g of what? x ማለት ነው, which is equal to what is f? f is the square root of what? f is the square root of 4 minus x square, but x is g of x. g of x the whole square, which is equal to the square root of 4 minus, what is g of x? The square root of x minus 1 the whole square, which is equal to the square root of 4 minus x minus 1. The square root of x minus 1 the whole square is x minus 1, again under the square roots, which is equal to the square root of 4 minus 4 plus 1, 5 minus x. This is AF circle G or fog, right? Now what is a domain of fog? Domain of g of x. Domain of g is equal to ምን ብለናል? Domain of g from 1 to positive infinity, okay? Domain of g from 1 to positive infinity. Domain of g from 1 to positive infinity. And again, let me find domain of what? Domain of fog. What is fog first? Fog means the square root of what? Fog is the square root of 5 minus x, okay? Square root of 5 minus x. 5 minus x. Okay, we know that fog is equal to the square root of 5 minus x. So domain of fog is 5 minus x. 5 minus x must be greater than or equal to 0, which is equal to x is less than or equal to 5. This means from minus infinity up to 5. Now domain of fog is equal to domain of fog intersection with domain of g, which is the inner function, right? Which is equal to what is domain of fog? From, this is closed interval, from minus infinity to 5, intersection with domain of g. Domain of g is from 1 to positive infinity, from 1 to positive infinity, which is equal to it is from 1 to 5, right? From 1 to 5 ይህን ሲሰሩ እንደዚህ ታደርጋላችሁ። 1 into 5, here is 1, here is 5 ነምበር ላይ ይሄ ማለት ከዚህ ወደዚህ 1 to positive infinity ማለት ነው። ከ5 ወደዚህ ደግሞ from minus infinity to 5 ማለት ነው። Okay, so their intersection is this one, right? That means their intersection is from 1 to what? From 1 to 5. This is the domain of fog, which is 1 to 5. The answer is C, right? The answer is C. Okay. Now again we have another question. F of x is given, g of x is given in terms of k. For what value of k? So that the graph of f of g of x crosses the y-axis at 5. Okay, the y-axis at 5. Okay, let me see first what is f of x. F of x is 3x squared minus 7, and g of x. And g of x is equal to 4x plus k. Okay. Now, what is the graph crosses the y-axis at 5? What do you mean by the graph crosses the y-axis? Okay, the graph crosses the y-axis at 5 means the value of x at that point is 0, right? Simply, the graph crosses the y-axis at 0,5. At 5 means at 0,5, right? Therefore, f circle g of at 0 is equal to 5. This is the question, right? ግራፉ ኤፍ ሰርክል ጂ ክሮስ ያደረገው ዋይ አክሲስን 5 ነው ማለት የኤክስ ቫልዩ 0 ይሆናል። የዋይ ቫልዩ ደግሞ ወይም የግራፉ ቫልዩ 5 ነው ማለት ነው። ኦኬ ሶ ይሄንን በመጠቀም ነው ሶልቭ የምናደርገው የዚህ ጥያቄ ጽንሰ ሐሳብ ማለት ኤፍ ሰርክል ጂ at 0 is equal to 5 ነው። ሶ ፈርስት we have to find ኤፍ ሰርክል ጂ f circle g, and then we'll find f circle g at 0, right? F circle g at 0 is equal to 5, all right? The graph crosses the y-axis at 5 means the value of x is 0 and the value of y is 5. Or simply the point 0, 5 is the point where the graph crosses the y-axis. That means the value of x is 0 and the value of y is 5, or the value of the function is 5. The value of the function is 5 and the value of x is 0. Now let me find first f circle g of x. F circle g of x is equal to f of g of what? X, which is equal to f of g of x. What is f of x? 3x squared minus 7. 3x squared, but what is x g of x? The whole square minus 7. Okay, which is equal to 3 times what is g of x? G of x means 4x plus k. 4x plus k. 4x plus k is the whole square minus 7, which means g of x is equal to this one, which is equal to 5. Yes, which is equal to 5, which is equal to 5. Implies now which is equal to adding 7 in both sides of the expression. 3 times 4x plus k, the whole square is equal to 5 plus 7, all right, which is equal to 12. Implies 4x plus k, the whole square is equal to 12 over 3, which is 4. Dividing both sides by 3. Now this means 4x plus k is equal to plus or minus the square root of 4, which is 2. Okay, 4x plus k, which is equal to plus or minus 2. Plus or minus 2. Now I know that the value of x is 0. Okay, the value of x is 0, which implies that 4 times 0 plus k is equal to plus or minus 2, implies 4 times 0 is 0, 0 plus k is equal to plus or minus 2. The value of k is either 2 or minus 2. Okay, ላይም እያለ እዚህ ጋር መስራት እንችላለን። በነገራችን ላይ ልጆች ይሄው እንደገና በሌላ መንገድ ስንሰራው ይሄንን ስላልተካውት ነው። f circle g at what? f circle g of x. F circle g of x. F circle g at what? At x means this one, which is at x means 3 times 4x plus k the whole square minus 7 ማለት ነው። Now f circle g at 0 is equal to 5 ማለት ደግሞ እዚህ ጋር በx ቦታ 0 ስንተካ 3 times 4 times 0 plus k the whole square minus 7, which is equal to 5 ማለት እንችላለን። This means 4 times 0, 0 plus k. So this is 3k square is equal to 5 plus 7, 12. Implies dividing both sides by 3, k square is equal to 4. Implies k is equal to plus or minus 2, or plus or minus the square root of 4 means plus or minus 2. So anyways, the answer is plus or minus 2, which is C. Okay, plus or minus 2. Next question, f of x is equal to 1 over x minus 2 and g of x is equal to 1 over x plus 4. Find f circle g and domain of f circle g. Okay, now let me write down first. Find Okay, f circle g of x and domain of f circle g of x. Find g of f of x and g of f of x. Okay, let me see f circle g. But what is f of x? 1 over x minus 2. Okay, f of x is equal to 1 over x minus 2. And g of x is equal to g of x 1 over x plus 4. 1 over x plus 4. We are asked to find f circle g and its domain. F circle g of x, which is equal to f of g of x, f of g of x, which is equal to what is f? 1 over x minus 2. 1 over at what? At g of x. G of x minus 2, which is equal to 1 over, what is g of x? G of x means 1 over x plus 4 minus 2, right? Which is equal to a mallet 1 over 1 minus 2x minus 8, which is equal to 1 minus, look, x times minus 2 minus 2x, 4 times minus 2 minus 8. 1 minus 8 is minus 7, minus 2x minus 7. This is f circle g, f circle g. But we are asked to find the domain of f circle g. And first we have to find the domain of g, alright? Domain of g, ከዚህ በፊት እንደሰራ ነው የኢነር ፋንክሽኑን ዶሜን የጂን እና መጨረሻ ያገኘነውን የፎጉን ዶሜን ሁለቱን ኢንተርሴክሽን እንወስዳለን ማለት ነው። Okay, intersection. So we need to have two kinds of domain, the inner function domain and the composition function domain. The inner function domain means domain of what? G. Domain of G ደግሞ ምንድነው የሚሆነው? Domain of G በx ቦታ ኔጌቲቭ 4 ብታስገቡ ኔጌቲቭ 4 plus 4 0 1 over 0 is undefined. That means negative 4 is not the domain of G, right? The domain of G means the set of all real number what? Except what? Except minus 4. Okay? The set of all real number except minus 4. And then what about domain of fog? Domain of f circle G. የሁለቱ ዶሜን አሁንም ቢሆን እዚህ ጋር -2x -7 should be different from what? 0. ይሄ ማለት -2x should be different from 7. X should be different from -7 over -7/2. Or in other words, the domain is the set of all real number. Domain, okay, the set of all real number without -7/2. Therefore, domain of f circle G is equal to domain of what? Domain of f circle G intersection what? Domain of G, which is equal to domain of f circle G is the set of all real number without -7/2 intersection the set of all real number without -4, which is equal to the set of all real number except what? -4 and -7/2. This is the domain of the composition function. The domain is the set of all real number except -4 and -7/2. Okay, this is all for today. On the next video we will see inverse function. Okay, በሚቀጥለው ቪዲዮ ስለ ኢንቨርስ ፋንክሽን እንማራለን። ዛሬ በተማራችሁት ላይ ያላችሁን አስተያየትና ኮሜንት የዌብሳይታችን lucybridgeacademy.com ላይ እንድታሳውቁን ወይም ደግሞ የቴሌግራም ቻናላችንን እየገባችሁ ኮሜንታችሁን or any suggestion እና ማንኛውንም አስተያየታችሁን እንድታስቀምጡልን እንፈልጋለን። ምክንያቱም ለወደፊቱ ለኛ ግብአት ስለሚሆን እንዲሁም ደግሞ የቴሌግራም ቻናላችንና የዩቲዩብ ቻናላችን ጆይን እና ሰብስክራይብ ማድረጋችሁን አትርሱ። እስካሁን አብራችሁ የቆየሁት መርሸቱ ነበር። በሚቀጥለው እስከምንገናኝ ሰላም ቆዩኝ።